Preface. This book is a compilation of discussions on Buddhism Ms. Sujin had with Cambodians in 1992 and 1993 in Cambodia and in Nakhon Nayok, near the border between Thailand and Cambodia. The teacher of the group of Cambodians, Mr. Buth Savong, had learnt Thai in 7 years in order to follow Ms. Sujin's radio program on Buddhism, which can be heard also in Cambodia.
Buth Savong is one of my teachers. I started to understand Abhidhamma because of him, And he is the most famous teacher in Cambodia in Buddhism, not any area, but in Buddhism. And he is the one who bring Abhidhamma to Cambodia. Yeah, before his teaching has happened, no one understand what Abhidhamma really are. Yes.
So people just practice Buddhism on a more superficial or cultural level.
Yes. Yeah, his teaching is quite good. And yeah, he understands a lot about the Buddha's teaching. And I think being Cambodian, no one compared to him, Even me, I never compare myself to him.
Is he quite old now?
He's around 60s now. Yes. And I always appreciate what he taught. Yes.
Several years ago, a blind friend had encouraged him to listen to Ms. Sujin. During the day, Mr. Buth Savong studied Buddhism, and in the evening, he explained to others what he had learnt about the development of right understanding of mental phenomena and physical phenomena in daily life. People generally thought that they had to sit and be tranquil in order to develop wisdom as taught by the Buddha. What they learnt from Ms. Sujin about the development of understanding in their daily lives was quite new to them. When I met Mr. Buth Savong in Thailand, he said that he had never heard before such teaching of the development of right understanding. He was very happy to learn that this development was to be done in daily life. The Thais helped Mr. Buth Savong with a new radio station, and now he has his own program on 2 different stations. He also translated my Abhidhamma in daily life into Cambodian. One of the members of his group is a magician famous all over Cambodia. He also entertained us with magic tricks when he was in Thailand. More extraordinary is that he, after every magic show, gives a lecture on Buddhism, explaining that his tricks are an illusion and that illusion is different from reality. He said that people should not only have enjoyment in what is only an illusion, but that they should also learn about realities in their daily lives. This is the middle way the Buddha taught. People do not have to force themselves to follow difficult aesthetic practices. They can develop understanding of the phenomena which naturally appear in their daily lives, including defilements. The Buddha taught the development of right understanding of all that is real, of all the phenomena of our life as they appear through the 5 senses and the mind. This understanding can eventually lead to the eradication of all faults and vices. The development of insight or right understanding was the subject of the discussions on Buddhism held in Cambodia. Ms. Sujin stressed time and again that the conditions for the growth of understanding are above all listening to the Dharma and considering what one has heard. By listening and considering, the right conditions are accumulated for the arising of direct awareness of realities, and at such moments, direct understanding of them can be developed. The Buddha taught that there is no person, no being, no self. What we take for our mind and our body are only different mental phenomena and physical phenomena which arise because of conditions and then fall away. All realities are thus also mindfulness and understanding a non-self. There is nobody who can control the arising of awareness and understanding. There is no particular method which has to be followed for the development of right understanding. Theoretical understanding of realities acquired by listening and considering is the foundation for direct understanding of them. This book consists of questions and answers. At each meeting, there was an interpreter who translated Ms. Sujin's words into Cambodian and also summarized the questions of the listeners. In chapter 6, we read about Ms. Sujin's personal life and about the way she started to be interested in the Buddhist teachings. She mentions the lack of Thai translations of the scriptures and commentaries before 1957. When there were more translations available, she used more quotations from the scriptures during her lectures and thereby greatly encouraged people to read the scriptures themselves. In this way, they would be guided by the teachings themselves and not follow blindly other people. Moreover, Ms. Sujin has done a great deal to promote the translations of the old commentaries to the suttas into Thai. In the Thai editions of the suttas today, each sutta is followed by its commentary. I hope the reader will be inspired when reading about the development of right understanding in daily life, just as our Cambodian friends were inspired. Mr. Buth Savong showed his great confidence and deep respect to Ms. Sujin's guidance because he considered her as a mother, as someone who gave him a new life. If one learns to apply the Buddha's teachings, it is true that a new life begins. With my deepest appreciation of Ms. Sujin's guidance and with great pleasure, I offer the translation of this book on the development of right understanding to the English readers. I also wish to acknowledge my appreciation to the Dharma Study and Propagation Foundation, to the sponsor of the printing of this edition, Robert Kirkpatrick, and to the publisher, Alan Weller, who have made possible the publication of this book. The quotations in English from the suttas are mostly taken from the texts of the Pali Text Society. I have added footnotes to the text in order to make the reading of this book easier. I shall now, in my introduction, give an explanation and summary of some notions and terms of the Buddhist teachings in order to help those who may not be familiar with them.
You know, in the world, there are not many teachers who teach the real teaching like Miss Sujin, you know, especially mental development in daily life. Very simple way, but very powerful. Yes, it is how to understand the reality in daily life. When right understanding understands the reality which is arising at the current moment, one should not wait to do something like to make meditation for some period of time, because every time, every moment of realities which is arising is the reality. It is real.
Yeah.
Yes. So she always teaches the real Dharma in daily life. No special method, but just develop the right understanding to understand the reality which is arising at the moment. Yeah, and this text is, I think this is the idea of Nina Van Goghum, who is the translator, Preface. Yeah. So even we are in Buddhism, there are many centers, there are many group that teaches the Buddhist teaching, but it's hard to find the right one, you know.
Uh-huh.